Pattern 9, Breakdown. Before starting any form in Jiǔlóng Tao, we will be in attention stance. For this form, we start by bringing our left foot out left into a de-escalation stance. An attacker has a knife in their right hand pointed at your throat, so you perform a right slap to their inner wrist and a left slap to the back of their hand simultaneously, knocking the knife out of their hand. And then you throw a left front thrust kick, knocking them back, and set your left foot down in a left fighting stance. They pull another knife out and come back at you, stepping in with a right overhead strike. You step your left foot back to a shallow right front stance with an upper X block, right hand over left. Your right hand snake grabs the attacker's wrist, and you step your left foot forward to a side horse stance with a left vertical palm heel to the attacker's elbow as you pull back on the attacker's wrist, breaking their elbow. Then you throw a left horizontal elbow strike to their face and pull their right arm right as you swing your left arm all the way around clockwise to throw a left downward elbow strike to their spine. Poof. That attacker's down for the count, but looking north you see another attacker coming at you, stepping in with a right overhead strike with a knife. Still in a side horse stance with your toes pointing east, you slip backwards while you step your left foot west, and you grab their elbow with your left hand and their wrist with your right. Then you step your right foot north while pushing their elbow down and pushing their wrist in. Then jerk the attacker's wrist to the left as you turn southwest, still pushing in on the elbow, taking them down. And as you're holding with the knife to their throat, step your right foot up to your left, then your left foot back to the east, and push in on their elbow and wrist, twisting the attacker's wrist counterclockwise to slide the knife out of their grip with your right hand, then throw it to the southwest. That attacker gets up and runs away, but you notice another attacker behind you with a gun to your back. You stand up slowly in a de-escalation stance and try to feel what hand the gun is in by what side of your back it's pressed up against. You feel it on the right side, so you quickly turn around to the left, stepping your left foot back to the north, avoiding any major damage from a shot going off, and you bring your left arm over, around, and under the attacker's right arm with a left inside block, breaking or at least hurting and trapping their arm, and you throw a right sun fist punch to their solar plexus. Then, keeping the opponent's right arm trapped with your left, you rechamber your right fist at your ribs and throw a right leopard punch to their throat. Poof. That attacker is down, and another attacker is now coming at you from the north, stepping in with a right straight knife stab aimed at your stomach. So you shuffle step backwards and throw a left slap, knocking their arm to your right. And then you grab their wrist from underneath with your right hand. You pull the attacker's arm up and grab their wrist with your left hand as well, both thumbs on the back of their hand. Then you step your right foot north while pushing the opponent's arm in, bending it at the elbow. Then you twist the opponent's wrist counterclockwise and push as you turn left. Press down on the back of their hand with your thumbs and take them down to the southwest. Bring your right foot in, trapping their elbow between your feet, and twist the attacker's wrist counterclockwise, and slide the knife out of their grip with your right hand. Step back with your left foot to the east, looking south. That attacker gets up and runs away, but as you look up you see there's another attacker standing there with a gun in their right hand pointed at your chest. So you drop the knife and slowly stand up to a de-escalation stance. Like in any situation where an attacker has a knife or a gun, it's best to comply if you can. But if you can't, you would do this next part, preferably in the middle of a sentence or while they are distracted. You step left as you quickly grab the barrel of the gun with your right hand in a circular open hand outside forearm block motion and push it away to the right. And you immediately, almost simultaneously, grab at the wrist of the gun hand with your left hand and pull towards you as your right hand twists the barrel counterclockwise to point it at the attacker. And you slide the handle of the gun into your left hand and re-grab it with your right. The gun is now in your left hand, pointed at the attacker with your right hand in a supporting grip. Now you throw a right front thrust kick to their stomach and follow through, setting your right foot down in a right fighting stance. That attacker runs away. You throw the gun behind you to the northeast. Step your left foot across to the southwest. Turn clockwise to face north. Bring your right foot back to neutral and set in a Taekwondo ready stance. and in class you will stay in this position until your instructor gives you a command. And when they do give you the command, or when you are outside of class, you'll bring your left foot to your right into attention stance and either wait for the commands in class or outside of class. You perform Pattern 9, Krav Maga, Mirrored, which is the mirror image version of the form we broke down in this video, with everything being exactly the same but switching left with right and right with left. And at the end of the mirrored version, when you are in Taekwondo ready stance, you again wait for the command or outside of class, bring your right foot to your left into attention stance and bow.